Good afternoon, class. I am Teacher Nizel Vea Marcate, but you can call me Teacher Nizel. Today, we will learn about fractions. Fractions help us understand parts of a whole and how to compare simple fractions. We will explore how to tell which fractions are bigger or smaller and have some fun activities together. Another thing, later you will also learn a part of our topic with Teacher Kayan, which I'm sure you will really enjoy. Are you ready? Okay! Before we dive into our discussion this afternoon, let me first show you the learning objectives for this lesson. By the end of our lesson, you will be able to identify which fraction is greater or lesser. You will also work with a partner to solve fraction puzzles. And you will also share what you have learned by comparing simple fractions. Let's do this together with kindness and teamwork. Are you ready? Okay. So, what is a fraction? A fraction has two important parts, the numerator and the denominator. The numerator is the top number and it tells us how many parts we have. The denominator is the bottom number and it tells us how many equal parts the whole is divided into. For example, in the fraction 3 over 4, the 3 is the numerator and the 4 is the denominator. It means we have 3 parts of 4 equal parts. Now, let's visualize fractions. To make you understand it more, let's look at some shapes with fractions. Can you see the numerator and denominator in each shape? How many parts are shaded? How many parts are there in total? Look carefully and let's try to answer these questions together. Now, we have this first example. This circle shape has 3 parts shaded out of 4 parts total. So, the numerator is 3 and the denominator is 4. Can someone tell me how many parts are shaded? There are 3 parts shaded and there are 4 parts in total. Another example, let's look at this next shape. This rectangle has 1 part shaded out of 4 in total. So, the numerator is 1 and the denominator is 4. Again, can you tell me which part is the numerator? The numerator is 1. And which part is the denominator? The denominator is the number 4 at the bottom. And how many parts are shaded? 1 part are shaded. And there are 4 parts in total. Very good. Last example. Let's check out another shape. This square shape has 3 parts shaded from 4 parts altogether. So, the numerator is 3 and the denominator is 4. Now, who can answer? How many parts are shaded? There are 3 parts shaded. And how many parts are in the whole square? There are 4 parts in total. Very good. Now, let's talk about the very interesting part of fractions called equivalent fractions. These are different fractions that mean the same thing. Even if the numbers look different, they show the same part of a whole. Another thing, look at these examples carefully. We will look at this more closely in the next few slides. We have here
1 over 2,
2 over 4, and 4 over 8. Even though the numbers are different, they show the same amount. Isn't it interesting? Let me discuss it further to make you understand it more. Here, this circle is divided into 2 equal parts and 1 part is shaded. What does the top number tell us about the shaded part? It shows there is 1 shaded part. The bottom number tells us the total parts. How many parts does the whole circle have? There are 2 parts. Can someone describe how much of the circle is shaded using these numbers? 1/2 of the circle is shaded. Very good, students. Here is another circle divided differently, but the shaded portion shows something interesting. Question: how many parts are shaded in this shape? There are 2 parts. And how many total parts that you can see in the shape? There are 4 parts. Very good. Now, if we compare this shaded part to the previous circle, does it look like more or less of the whole? It looks like the same. Very good. Now, another example. This pizza shape shows the fraction 4/8. 4 parts are shaded out of 8 parts total. Now, can you tell me which number is the numerator? The numerator is the number 4. And which is the denominator? The denominator is the number 8. Now, how many parts are shaded? There are 4 parts shaded. And how many parts make the whole pizza? 8 parts in total. Very good. Now, let's proceed to the comparing of fraction, which will be discussed by Teacher Kayan.
Hello students! Good afternoon! So as continuation, we are going to discuss all about comparing fractions. From the word compare, who among you here remember our last topic, which is the comparing and ordering numbers? Because in comparing numbers, we are going to use those symbols. But what are those symbols? So let's have a quick recall. I have some pictures here. I want you to identify what are these symbols. So let's start with this symbol. What is this symbol? It is greater than. Very good. And the next one is, what is this symbol? It is less than. Very good. And the last one is, what is this symbol? This one. It is equal to, or the equal sign. Remember those signs because we are going to use that in comparing fractions. And in comparing fractions, there are some rules or different rules that we will use. And let's start with the same denominators. And in comparing, the same denominators are easy because when the bottoms are the same or the denominator is the same, so let's just compare the numerator. So when the bottoms are the same, let's look at or focus on the tops. Then the bigger top, then the bigger fraction. So let's have some example. So we have 3/6 versus 5/6. So since 6 is the denominator and they are the same, so let's focus with the numerator, which is the 3 and 5. So in 3 and 5, what is bigger? It is the 5. So therefore 5/6 is greater than 3/6. So let's write that in 3/6 is less than 5/6. Do you get it? Okay, that's good. So another rule or type of comparing fractions is different denominator. And in comparing different denominator, we are going to use cross multiplication. All of you here already know cross multiplication, right? Very good, because we're gonna use multiplication in this rule or type. So let's have an example. Let's compare 3/4 versus 2/3. So we're gonna do it like this. As you can see, we have 3/4 and 2/3. So we're gonna cross multiply it like this. from 3 to 3 and 4 or 2 or 4 to 2. So it would be 3 times 3 and 4 times 2. So 3 times 3 is 9 and 4 times 2 is 8. So since 9 is greater than 8, therefore 3 over 4 is greater than 2 over 3. Do you all get it? Very good. And another type or rule of comparing fractions is same numerators, which is opposite from the number one because the number one is same denominators. So if numerators are the same, the fraction with the smaller denominator is larger. Remember, the fraction with the smaller denominator is larger. Do you get it? Okay, let's have an example first. So let's compare 4 over 9 or 4 ninths versus 4 over 7 or 4 sevenths. So since the numerator are the same, which is the number 4, let's focus on the denominator. Okay, remember the rule. The fraction with the smaller denominator is larger. So in 7 and 9, which is smaller? It is the 7. So since 7 is less than 9, therefore 4 over 9 is 4 over 9 or 4/9 is less than 4 over 7 or 4/7. Do you get it? Okay, very good. And you might wonder, where can we use the equal sign? It is simple. If the two given fractions are the same, like 1/2 versus, like we should compare 1/2 versus 1/2, then 1/2 is equal to or equals to 1/2. Do you get it? Very good. Now that we are done with our discussion, you will be having a fun and engaging activity, and this is called fraction puzzle, and this is a by pair activity, and you will work with your partner collaboratively and cooperatively because you will match your fraction cards to shaded shapes, and also you will be the one who will order fractions from smallest to largest. Are you all ready? Okay, let's start. We will give you 5 minutes to do it, and after 5 minutes you will give it to us. Are you ready? Your timer starts now. After giving us your worksheets or your works, you will share it in front of your classmates or in front of the class, where you will answer these questions. This question is, which fraction do you think is bigger and why? You will share it in front of the class, and so it would be surely fun and engaging activity. Summing it all up, fractions represent parts of a whole, and it is defined by a numerator. A numerator is the part that is considered, and the denominators are the total parts, and they are vital in daily tasks like sharing items or measuring. Comparing fractions and uncomparing fractions involves strategies like common denominators and also cross multiplication, and also using visuals or lines. And mastery of these concepts builds mathematical confidence, enabling practical decision making in cooking or in budgeting and more. And while laying a foundation foundation for advanced math or mathematics. And that's all for our presentation for today. Thank you all for listening and for your participation. Thank you and goodbye.